Chapter 1, Lesson 3, Climate and Regions. Vocabulary in this section: climate, region, wetland, desert. Climates and regions. Build on what you know. Think about the weather where you live. How often does it change? Weather can change from place to place and season to season. Climate. Main idea. California's climate differs from place to place. What's the weather like in California? It may be different depending on where you live. In some parts of California, it may be sunny almost every day. In other parts, it may often rain. Some areas may have fog every day. Foggy, rainy, and sunny are all weather conditions. Weather is the condition of the air that surrounds a place. If you follow the weather in different places over a year, you will see that certain places have different climates. Climate is the usual weather of a place over time. Sunny California. The photo below shows a boy who is surfing. Outdoor sports are popular in warm Southern California. California's climate. Climate regions. The map above shows California's regions can be very dry or quite wet. What is the climate like on the Northern California coast during the winter? If you look at the legend, the orange represents hot, dry summers with rainy, mild winters. The yellow represents hot, dry summers with cool winters. The pink, or pinkish red, represents very hot, very dry summers. And the green represents temperatures that vary with altitude, which means how high something is. What affects climate? 3 things affect climate. First is distance from the equator. Places closer to the equator are usually warmer than places that are farther away from it. Second is distance from the ocean. Water does not change temperature as much as land does. So the ocean will keep a coastal city such as Eureka warmer in the winter and cooler in the summer than places farther inland. Third is elevation. Places with higher elevations usually have colder climates than places that are lower. It's colder at the top of Mount Whitney, which is 14,494 feet up, than in Fresno. Climate regions. Areas that share a climate are called climate regions. A region is made up of places that have certain features that are alike. California has several climate regions. Northern California has a temperate climate. This region gets between 15 and 40 inches of rain every year. Southern California and the Central Valley have a warmer climate with dry summers. The valley's climate makes it possible to grow farm crops almost all year round. Review. Why might Southern California be warmer than Northern California? The photo above, mountain snow, shows a man who is climbing on his skis. California's high mountains are colder and snowier than land below them. Regions of California. Main idea. 2 main regions in California are its coast and mountains. Regions can be based on features such as climate or landforms. People also use location to describe regions. Many Californians think of their state as having 4 main regions: the coast, the mountains, the Central Valley, and the desert. Each of these regions is a broad area. They may contain many climates and landforms. Below is a map of California which shows California's regions. The blue represents the mountain region. The pink or red represents the coastal region. The orange is the deserts, and the green in the middle of the state represents the Central Valley. The coast. A strip of land over 1,300 miles long forms the coast region. It is located between the Pacific Ocean and the mountains of the Coast Ranges. California's largest cities are in this region. San Francisco is on a large bay. The climate is mild. Cool air comes in from the ocean. When it meets warmer air in the city, fog forms. Los Angeles is California's largest city. It lies in a basin, a bowl-shaped area of low-lying land. Nearby beaches attract millions of visitors each year. 4 regions. The chart on the next page shows the 4 regions of California: the coast, the mountains, the Central Valley, and the desert. If you look at the chart, you can see the wildlife, vegetation, and land use of each of those places. Using the land. People find ways to use nearly all of California's land. Reading chart. In which region is logging an important kind of land use? On the right, you'll see a photo of a bighorn sheep, which is an animal commonly found in California. The mountains. California has many mountain ranges. Most ranges run north to south. The Klamath Mountains and the Cascade Range are in Northern California. The Sierra Nevada include Mount Whitney, the state's highest peak. The Coast Ranges follow the state's coast from the Oregon border to Southern California. Farther east, the White Mountains are home to 4,000-year-old bristlecone pines. These trees are among the oldest living things in the world. The Transverse Ranges run east to west across Southern California. Smaller coastal ranges run south into Mexico. The Northern Mountains get lots of rain and snow each year. Melting snow is an important source of water in the state. Water from melting snow flows into rivers and streams. It is used in homes and businesses. It is also used to water crops on farms. Thick mountain forests are home to wildlife. The largest trees in the world, the sequoias and redwoods, grow in California's mountains. Fewer people live in the mountains than along the coast. The mountain region has many small cities and towns where people run businesses, dig for minerals, and cut trees for wood. Review. Why is snow in the mountain region important to California? The Central Valley and deserts. Main idea. The Central Valley is a farming region, but fewer plants grow in deserts. The Central Valley is in the center of California. It is surrounded by mountains. Over time, soil has washed down from the mountains. It now forms a thick layer on the valley floor. Long ago, woods, grasslands, and wetlands covered the Central Valley. A wetland is a low area that has water on or near the surface of the land. Today, California's largest wetland is the Delta, where the Sacramento and San Joaquin rivers meet east of San Francisco. People filled in many of the region's wetlands to make farmland. The Central Valley. The photo below shows the Central Valley, which is over 400 miles long. This is one of the world's largest valleys. Farming in the valley. Most of the Central Valley today is farmland. It has rich soil and a long growing season. Each year, the region grows about half of the fruits, grains, and vegetables produced in the nation. Because the region has little rain in summer, most farms need more water than they can get from rainfall. A system of dams, pipes, pumps, and ditches brings water into fields and orchards. Most people in the valley live in farming towns and small cities. They work as farm owners and managers, field workers, and store owners. People in the valley have come from all over the world. Many languages are spoken there, including Spanish, Vietnamese, and Hmong. The desert. California is separated from states to the east by a wide area of mountains and deserts. A desert is a region that gets little rain. California's deserts mostly lie to the east of the mountains. Some of the mountains are also in the desert. Tall peaks block rain clouds as they blow east from the ocean. Little rain falls east of the mountains. The Mojave Desert is California's largest. It includes Death Valley, which has little water, few plants, and very hot summers. Almost no one lives there. Death Valley has the lowest land in the United States. It lies 282 feet below sea level. Review. What kinds of work do people do in the Central Valley? Joshua trees. These trees need little water to survive in the desert. The photo to the right shows you exactly what a Joshua tree looks like. Lesson summary. There are 4 California regions. There is the coast, the mountains, the Central Valley, and the desert. Why it matters. California's resources, regions, and climates have attracted many people to live and work in the state.